We start episode 5 of Solo Leveling with the nurses at the hospital absolutely thirsting over Jinwoo. And frankly, I can't exactly blame them. After all, he has that Spider-Man ab glow up. But unlike Spider-Man, who suddenly got abs overnight because of some radioactive spider bite, correct me if I'm wrong, Jinwoo has worked really hard for these abs. Down, girl, down! Jinwoo is finally starting to look like he is the main protagonist. And apart from the very obvious abs, he also looks like he's gone through plastic surgery. I don't know if it's just me or the plastic surgery, but sometimes Jinwoo's face looks a little off. Damn, this nurse is down bad. And of course, they just had to make Jinwoo clueless to the whole fact that the cute nurse literally just asked him out. But our boy here can't comprehend that his new washbound abs equal chicks. So he gives her his number, because why else would she ask for it if not for the fact that the hospital may want to contact him? Dude, the nurse doesn't need to ask for your personal number for health-related things. The hospital already has your number. For once in my life, I would love to watch an anime or even read a manhwa where the weak MC that suddenly or not suddenly turned OP/hot knows he is the shit. If you have any recommendations of such anime and manhwa, please leave them in the comments. I want an MC that knows everyone wants him, because he is now hot as hell and an absolute player about it. And if he breaks a couple hearts along the way, well, all the better, because I'm absolutely sick and tired of the clueless stuff they're always doing. But I digress. Now, for the changes made in this episode. I noticed this before, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but why is Baek-Yoon-ho so skinny? The guy is supposed to be a beast. Why does he look so unbeastly? While I love most of the changes the anime made, like the interview for example, I did not like them making Baek-Yoon-ho smaller. They better not try making Thomas Andre smaller, because if they do, well, they better just not try it. Well, they just better not try it. Another change I did not like is right here. Why? Just why did they leave this part out from the manhwa? In the manhwa, Jinwoo's sister talks about him looking more buff and about him getting taller, even though he should have already stopped growing since he is already an adult. They then tell us that it is because of the points he gets from the system that he then puts into his strength, agility, and other ability stats. So, all that makes Jinwoo a little worried that he might end up looking too buff like those bodybuilders. Did they not animate a bodybuilder-looking Jinwoo? It's a crime we don't get to see it. Another change they made, but this one is quite small, and I like it, is hunters being able to easily look for jobs from their phones. In the manhwa, I don't ever remember that happening. We are just told Jinwoo needs to find a job or something, and usually the next panel or two, he has found one. But the anime decided to make things more realistic, and just have him easily look up job postings. Finally, the lovable and somewhat forgettable Yoo Jin-ho makes his appearance when Jinwoo joins a C-rank raid with C-rank hunter Hwang Dong-suk. The minute I saw Hwang Dong-suk, I just knew where episode 5 would end. I knew it would end with both Jinwoo and Jinhoo trapped in a dungeon with the boss monster Spider, which, as usual, was animated beautifully. Going back a bit, I really like how the anime took their time to explain the dungeon gates and how they rank them, courtesy of Jinwoo. Also, how the sizes inside the dungeon are not determined by the size of the dungeon gate. And the best part is they incorporated all this while the fight was going on. Basically, just more dialogue that makes the whole thing come together beautifully. Also, something kept bugging me about the C-rank dungeon, and it wasn't until I went back to read a few chapters of the manhwa that I realized just what was bugging me. In the anime, Jinwoo says that a team of 8 is required by the Hunters Association in order to clear a C-rank dungeon. That's why Hwang Dong-suk hired both Jinwoo and Jinhoo to fill it up, since his team is consisted of just 6 members. But in the manhwa, it is clearly written here that there must be at least 10 people to clear a C-ranked dungeon. The only reason I can think of why they made this change is that the animators simply did not feel like animating more characters. Because from this first picture alone, I can count 9 hunters, and from the second picture, it's the complete 10. In related and unrelated news, I heard that both Omniscient Reader's Point of View and Solo Leveling are both getting live-action adaptations. If you watch my videos, you already know my take on this. But for the new subscribers, I'll explain. If you aren't new to anime and anime live adaptations, you know how badly the live adaptations usually do. But for some reason, they keep making them, even though they know fully well they can't do justice to these anime. Don't believe me? Because you know at best 3 successful live actions? Okay, then let me show you. With all these terrible past records, I don't know how manhwas like Solo Leveling and Omniscient Reader's Point of View, that are essentially fantasy, will do. I'll try to be just a little optimistic, since One Piece live action was actually good. Check out my video on it. But if they don't have the budget to produce high-quality CGI that both these manhwas will rely on very heavily, and also the budget for the costume and the set and all the rest, if they don't have all this, then it doesn't matter how good Lee Min-ho can act as returner Yoo Jung-hyuk. The live action is sure to flop.